It's doing well tonight. We are chilling. Go ahead and oh, I did not mean to do that. That changed. So that was for somebody. We're here within the vibes. We're starting off with I pulled these cards actually a while back. When I say a while back, like mm, yesterday. And I just let them sit because I was like, I don't got time to read these, but I was obedient. I'm actually up here now because I'm being obedient. Maybe somebody's feeling abandoned. Oh, wow. That's interesting. I'm gonna let that rock. Maybe somebody's feeling like, that's crazy. That girl's a trigger. The reason why is because we have the Three of Pentacles. And it's which you guys are like getting top of the screen. Quick housekeeping. I'm all over the place a little bit. Quick housekeeping. For those of you who for some reason links in the bio, you can use the MyNick account. You can use the MyNick account. Again, the MyNick account. You don't need to create an account. You can check out as a guest. You can just say questions there, or if you want like extra reading, come with one of people sometimes want to ask a therapeutic question. So if you have a question, you can ask. I may not answer it, but maybe you want me to answer it, but I'll try. I think that's it. Um, we'll get into someone. But again, this channel is waiting, so make sure you're liking liking the button. I'm trying to do something really quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna get your journal while I do this. All right. So as you can hear, we got this all rolling. So you can have this energy. So we have the first card out here, which is the Three of Pentacles. Disharmony, misalignment, working alone, lack of harmony, disorganized. And this is paired with the Gossamer. Gossamer, sorry, is it Gossamer? So I'm intuitively picking out that maybe perhaps there was a lack of teamwork. Maybe you were being a bit of a monster. Maybe you're a friendly person. Maybe you're like a goofy monster. Like maybe you're very scary. Maybe you come off very scary. But yeah, that's fine. That's someone. This is where you are. I'm doing the if you want to know, I'm doing the star spread. And I'll show you which book I'm using for those of you who like to get your own spreads. This book is really cool. I'm gonna use those stuff for it. It's one of my favorites. Okay. This is the first card as well. So I can get the year of up on that way more. It goes in one way right now. That's like you're just harmony. Maybe you're working alone. Maybe that's like you're working alone. Being by yourself. You're not working with others as such. No. My boy or girl. Oh girl. It's not the one for it. The fact that you gotta ask. All right, the Three of Cups. You could be drinking. You could be trying to celebrate, going out having a good time, celebrating with people. Maybe you're having a good time partying people. Ooh, yeah, if I rule the world, oh shit. Maybe you're in that energy. I love 'em, baby. Like diamonds and pearls. If I rule the world. Maybe balance, maybe you're alchemizing some energy, maybe you're alchemizing some things, trying to balance out some negative energy, you know? I see you trying to alchemize, trying to bring balance, things that were negative, dark, um, maybe some overindulgent behaviors. Maybe one time you were overindulging and maybe you're trying to find a good balance in that. Ooh. Where you are today right now, maybe you're kind of not receiving phone calls, maybe you're blocked from someone, or maybe you're blocking someone, maybe you're not taking phone calls, maybe you're feeling like you just want to just be away from everybody, maybe just enjoying the vibes, you know. Maybe this drinking, maybe you're hanging out like club energy, maybe like you're in a vibe. Because I do see a bit of being alone, right? So maybe you're by yourself, and maybe you went out to go get some drinks, and maybe trying to go out and have some fun with people, but also not deal with people either. If that sounds familiar, tap the screen, make sure you like this screen the live. If you like the vibes, make sure you let me know. Where you are right now, you could be in a karmic relationship, or you could feel like you just got out of a karmic relationship, or maybe you're in one, maybe you're thinking about one. Let's find out more about this karmic relationship. This is where you are right now, being by yourself. So something about a karmic relationship. If I rule the world. If I rule. Oh, we got Sagittarius energy in the house. So you could be learning. Okay, so a couple things. Where you are now, you could be traveling, you could be learning spirituality right now, learning philosophy. When I say philosophy, learning about the laws of attraction, like how they really actually work, not how you think they work. Um, Something about hello, hey everybody, make sure you type in the screen, see if you like the vibes. Um, who's this for? Who's this for? What is Spirit this channel? Nah, brown eyed girls. Okay, Miss Medicare, Brown Eyes. I love this song, by the way. Hmm. Let's find out what's going on with this song in Ninth House, where you are right now. So right now, where you are, maybe spending time by yourself, but yet also kind of maybe drinking, celebrating. Maybe you're going out to the club, or maybe you're just trying to go out and have a good time. But maybe you still feel lonely because it's a private relationship. I think there's a lot of spirituality spiritual lessons that definitely have been learned. Hello. Hello, hello. Um, Something about do it big anyway. Maybe you've been doing things big anyway. Like maybe someone has brown eyes. Tell me more, spirit, about this. Doing it big anyway, because I see that with this. Even though you're by yourself hanging out, not really hanging out with other people, but I still see you like kind of celebrating. You, my brown eyed girl. La 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 la. Okay. So doing it big. You could be doing it big by taking pictures, taking videos, trying to, you know, overcome obstacles. So maybe you're like taking a lot of pictures and videos and posting them. Yeah, and that's what's going on. Hmm. All right, let's move along to because that's where you are. That's what's coming up when you are taking pictures, having a good time, trying to transmute energy. Maybe you're trying to make the best of the bad situation. All right, let's go to your task. All right. Next, what's up? What's this? Gemini. Somebody must be a Gemini. Song's called Gemini Two Sides by Wale. So somebody definitely a Gemini. Twins crank. Two side. One thing. Two side. There's my I I. We got your task. So your task right now is you're trying to manifest, bringing in a new opportunity. You could be starting a new job. I see that there's some energy, some physical energy that you're actually like trying to maybe like a new begin, like a new beginning, a new offer, something that you're just starting, something that you're just planting your feet into. So again, it could be a new job, a new career, a new something. Um, your task Your task is to be sweet, be more innocent. Maybe you haven't been very innocent. Maybe you haven't been, maybe, I don't know, something about that. Like Miss Pretty, she was just like very like flattered, like, oh my God, you like me? Really? Maybe something about maybe you were arrogant before. Maybe that's your task is to move from a different type of energy to maybe you went from like everybody want me, yeah, 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 to like maybe you need to not be so goddamn arrogant or something. No, no. It's kind of interesting. Hey, maybe you got the girls I'm sugar, yeah, come there one time is gonna one time for you. Sugar, sugar. And name that's lava. Then that's nigga. Bigger. Yo. Can you still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Can you still hear me? The stars of the sky for you. There's nothing in this world that I wouldn't do, boy. I think that's a perfect song for how she feels. If I could be your girl. Yeah, I remember her from Looney Tunes. Maybe you're thinking about your task is to put more energy into being kind. Maybe your task is to be more innocent. Maybe your task is to be more of an innocent person. Because I have the moon card here. So something's uncovered. What's your task? Your task is not hidden anymore. Maybe it's to release fear, release darkness, release misinterpretations, repressed emotions. Maybe you have some repressed emotions. Your task is also to watch what content you're consuming. Maybe be careful about what you're looking at, whose opinions you're getting. That makes sense. You got this card. The choice is yours to either vibrate high or low. So either you're gonna be you know, either vibrate high or low. She's like super cute. She's a real innocent. She's super a little bit naive. Well, actually, she's not, because if you watch the cartoon, she's actually not naive. She's actually pretty smart. I feel like you have a need to connect with others. That's your task to learn to connect, like genuinely connect with people. Remember, life is a game. Maybe your task is to maybe your task is to listen to the song. What's the song mean to you? I feel like you guys will know what this song means for you. The stars of the sky for you. Man, tonight's been one of a hell of a night. All right. Maybe your other task is to have fun. Live in the moment. Have fun with your friends. Ooh, perfect song. This thing, time with friends, moving on, happily single, living in the moment, and having fun. Maybe that's your task right now. Make connections and have fun with people. Maybe some of you guys want to be free. Oh, well, so maybe that's what you feel like doing. Maybe some of y'all feel like this queen energy. Maybe some of y'all feel like breaking free. Maybe some of you guys fell in love with the first time. Maybe you know it's a real this time. Maybe some of you didn't know that you could fall in love. Who fell in love out there? Put some hearts in the chat. Put some hearts in the chat. You fell in love. If you fell in love, put some hearts in the chat. I want to be free. Mhm. All right. Last bit of Spartian task. You've been giving a hand of cards. Take a chance. Be strategic. Stop masking. And yes, this is your twin flame. Somebody want to break free. I don't know who want to break free, but somebody want to break free. Because we have this intellectualizing and being a mind reader. Maybe somebody was being a mind reader. Who is being a mind reader at some point? Maybe your task is to not be a mind reader, because being a mind reader will cause you to end up in the drama triangle. I talk about it every time. I see a flight response too. Maybe it's a need for you to overcome a flight response. Maybe like when things get tough, you just leave, fight, flight, fawn, or freeze. Maybe you leave. Maybe that's something else to overcome. And also side chick energy, ooh, and sexy time. Maybe you give it away too easy. Maybe you're a whore. No judgment. Maybe you got some whorish ways. This is coming up as your task. Your task is to slow down having sexy time. Stop giving it out to everybody. You know, you're just creating soul ties and get spiritual things. So have fun with that. And hold the space to breathe and hold the space. And you learn to breathe on the space. Okay. All right. We got the next one up, Billie Eilish. Next piece is going to go to your difficulty. What's difficult for you right now? Maybe you got this task energy. Maybe that's difficult for you right now. Maybe you kind of get like, I don't know, like a little reckless, not really thinking. Maybe you felt like you just kind of weren't thinking. You're just kind of like being manic or crazy, like, maybe you weren't thinking. Maybe you seemed like you were in a madness. Maybe you actually had like maybe things got violent. Maybe you were throwing things around it. Maybe you seemed like a Tasmanian devil. And maybe someone's in it. It's like you can do your star, so that be you. And you pull them in theirs. Also, it's difficult. Maybe being a partner. It's I keep getting this twin energy. You got that Taurus, you got the karmic twin out here, and you got the twin card out. Student twin twice. See what it is right now. But yeah, maybe that's hard for you. Maybe it's been challenging for you, difficult for you to get along with another person, be two peas in the pot. Maybe your person, maybe y'all felt like two peas in the pot, again, twin, but maybe that was difficult for you. Let's find out what's so difficult about that. Woo! Damn. Man. Again. That's this energy, man. So I know what this is for. So, what has been difficult for you? Maybe saving your money, being frugal, conserving, but also maybe even energy, about something about hoarding your energy. So maybe not even just physical, because how we handle physical money typically mirrors how we do our energetic money. People who are energetically poor typically are physically poor as well, because their mindset is such, because it's scarcity mindset. So typically, in the mirror, very rarely does it not. So again, if you find yourself kind of struggling with money, then you probably notice that you're struggling in relationships too, because something about saving, being scarcity mindset, controlling, and maybe that has been difficult. Maybe you didn't want to give before in relationships, maybe, or yeah, maybe something that I'm going to keep myself to myself. Maybe you've been taken advantage of before, and so now you're like, my, I'm not gonna give out my energy so freely, but without balanced thinking, that type of thinking that I'm gonna just keep it to myself, I'm not gonna give it all out. It turns you into the see, you're holding on to your energy, saying I'm not gonna give this to anybody else. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. It makes you into the emperor reverse, which is domineering, controlling, lack of discipline, rigid, stubborn, tyrant, reckless. That's a bad father. If you some of you have had negative fathers in your life, you might have married them, or negative men, a masculine energy that's been very domineering, uh, hating patriarch, not understanding emotions, you know, always in the head, nowhere. Uh, and again, that seems to have been difficult for you. It's the Knight of Wands. So you could be very handsome or very sexy, you could look very good, you could be that guy, that person. But this energy is reckless, anger, scattered, projection, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It doesn't have to be those signs. It doesn't have to be, take it as it resonates. Doesn't have to be, but most definitely probably is. Like I said, probably not. Never know. Probably so. Maybe that's difficult for you. Being sexy is hard. When you look good and everybody wants you, people want you, you have to have a different level of confidence about yourself, because you never know when somebody really just wants to talk to you or when they don't. Same thing when you got money. And then we have the emotional immaturity. So you could have been emotionally immature in the past. Or maybe that's something that you're coming from. Maybe you saw things very like my way or the highway. If it's not my way, I don't want it. If it wasn't super, again, romantic in the way that you want it. If it didn't fit the your ideology of what love should look like, then it wasn't love. This is very Pisces, Cancer, you know, water sign, Scorpio energy, but immature, immature. Ooh, maybe you needed to wait it out. Maybe there's a need that you need to wait things out. Ooh, this makes sense because this is difficult for you. So if all these things are difficult for you, this is a great song. Maybe you've been self-indulgent. Maybe you've been self-indulgent in the past. It's time to heal. It says shadow work, self-appreciation. This is your shadow work time. Maybe you never went through an ego death. I saw a page of pentacles on the board. So you could be in your 20s, you could be young. And if you're in your 20s and you never went through ego death, welcome. God has the power to show you who God is. So just keep waiting on him. Be patient. Don't give up. Don't give in. Wait on him. Yeah. Be ready. All right. So that is let's talk about your strength. Now we got all the negatives about the way this is going on. We have brave face. Bye. All right. This is your strength. Your strength right now is you have options, you have choices. You have choices. And I see you not the choices that you're making are actually kind of wise choices. You got this grandma energy. So this could be why you're kind of spending time by yourself, although you're going out maybe and kind of like, mingling around with people perhaps, or trying to go mingle, or maybe you're thinking about mingling, being something mingling with people, trying to not stay to yourself too much. But I see that you have some choices. So this coming up as a strength that you definitely have different options. But I see that you're trying to make wise choices, almost like a elder. So even if I'm seeing 20s on the board, you still could have like the wisdom of an older person, or maybe you're talking to an older person, or maybe you're seeking wisdom from someone who's wiser, or something like that. Maybe that's a strength. Maybe you have somebody who's wise on your team. Maybe you have a grandmother or a mother who's wise on your team. That's a strength for you. Maybe you have, yeah, yeah. Maybe you have a grandma or something like that, or elder, someone who's older. A strength for you is meeting someone, ooh, going on a date and getting back out there, setting a date, planning a date. Maybe that's a strength for you. I said y'all have choices. Maybe you should go meet someone. Ooh, receiving what you need, progression, moving on, closure, issues. Yeah, receive what you need. It says not showing true feelings. Okay, so why is it showing as a strength for you? Not showing your true feelings is strength as a gift for you? Something about your birth. A bar song? Something about the bar, a bar song. I'm gonna play that. A bar song. That's a strength for you? Why is this a strength for you? It's for somebody. I don't know who this is for. Something about this song coming up as a strength for you and having different choices, different options. Oh my, oh, shot of whiskey. Ain't got a history. And a history. Kansas. I told y'all somebody been drinking. I know one of y'all been at the damn bar. Why y'all be lying, Cap? Yeah, if you was at the bar, go ahead and tell it yourself and put it in the comments. Put in the comments. Remember, if you want personal readings, make sure you go into my link in the bio. You can get personal readings with the My Neck account. You do not need to create a account. All you have to do is check out as a guest. Oh Lord. Y'all gotta admit that song is dope. Good Lord. Who been drinking? Some of y'all, one of y'all been drinking. Y'all lying. Y'all a big cat. Somebody been drinking. Why is drinking coming up as a strength for you? Are you serious? It's coming up as a strength for you? Let me find out more. Maybe you think it's a strength. Let me find out. Good Lord. Oh, I get it. I know what you're doing. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Y'all know that was good. Stop playing. Y'all know that song was dope. All right, I get it. I know what's happening. I know what's happening. So y'all are funny collective. Y'all must be fine. Y'all must be really sexy. My collective must be like really, y'all must really look good. I must have like a lot of good lookers in here because somebody was having a hard time controlling that before, like kind of giving all out here sexy, smexy time. So I think now it's the opposite. Your strength is turning bitches down, turning people away is your strength now, masking up with different options now. So like I see you masking and not showing your true feelings to different options and receiving what you need and moving on to get closure. I see you being uh, curious in a good way. Like, what if in a good way? Like, what if things work out? What if things go good? So it's coming up as a strength for you. Something about never disrespect a woman. Maybe you're learning how not to disrespect women. Maybe you learned that lesson. One of your strengths is coming up is these boots are made for walking. Maybe one of your strengths is leaving. Leaving what? It's coming up as a strength for you to walk away from something. This is for this coming up as a strength. Maybe you know how to walk away from something. You can, a strength is walking away from love. Is spirit being funny? Oh shit. Walk all over you. Okay. So coming up as a strength if of yours is walking away. Maybe even yeah, this makes sense. Maybe you were in this energy before. I'm gonna walk all over you. Okay. What's the strength? Is one, yeah, walking away. But it's like you had the strength to walk away while you were in love. But what's coming up now in the strength card is it looks like you're having the strength to have a conversation or a meeting. It says conversation coffee. Maybe you're thinking about having a conversation or meeting somebody for coffee. Some of you meeting for somebody for coffee. Some of you guys are gonna have a conversation or wanting to. Because there's this heart and key, welcoming in love with the open heart, opening your heart to your getting to getting together perfect. So maybe someone has the key to your heart, or you have the key to someone's heart, and I see you making healthy choices now. You weren't making healthy choices before, but I see you're maybe thinking about making healthy choices now. That's the strength for you who's coming up. All right. I'm gonna go to the next one, which is your goal. And then I'm gonna get out of here. Your goal is a chariot card. You could be driving, wanting to drive, wanting to move forward direction. A lot of movement. Let me see which direction are you going. You're going really fast. You have a lot of willpower, a lot of direction. You seem very sure about something. I'm gonna get more information on that one. I don't know. You leaving something. Right now, what's coming up is your goal. Your goal is to you got Louis Armstrong playing, so maybe your goal is to relax and chill, you know, vibe out. I'm gonna let this play for a little bit. Maybe this is your energy that you're trying to go toward. So let's manifest it together. This is your goal. Make sure you heart and like the live, share it. And again, if you want to get a private reading, you got to go to the link in the bio to the My Neck app. You can download it. You do not need to create a you don't need to create an account. You can just check it as a guest. All everybody, make sure to say hello. Thank you for joining the live. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you tap, tap, tap that screen. Hit some hearts because we're growing. The channel's growing. If you like the vibes, the different songs that are channeling, make sure you let me know. Okay. So the goal that I see you is moving fast. Whatever goal you have a lot of direction, big Cancer energy, forward movement, a lot of action, a lot of willpower. Like I said, you're moving towards leaving something like I feel like you're in a car and you left and you went somewhere because of the Cancer, the cherry energy. So either you went somewhere in your mind and left something, or you actually physically went somewhere and went away. Um, and the goal is to maybe find some balance because maybe you're overcommitted and have different priorities, and maybe you're prioritizing different things in your life. That's magic. I literally just turned it up at the same time this came on. Oh shit! This is this. This is this is the perfect ending. This is the perfect ending for this last. The last Peter spread is five the goal, and the song came on. This is literally. I just say this about y'all. I said maybe you really looked good. Maybe y'all really sexy as guy girl. Maybe y'all just really fine. Maybe y'all thought you had different choices, and maybe y'all played too much, and maybe y'all started playing. Listen to the song. Then you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sounds of the loneliness like the heartbeat. I remember it and what you had and what you lost. And oh, and what you lost. Come on, sing the chorus, everybody. Thunder only happens when it's rain. This is for the players, y'all. Listen to this. If y'all's players, listen to what she said. But what she say? Listen. Say. You figured it out now, didn't you? This is women will come and go. Women will come and go. This is women will come and go. This is what this song is about. This is what this song is about. Oh, players only play. Hell, I love you when it. Do you hear this? This is literally the song. Let's channel it. Go again to see a crystal See, she understood. She's a little witch. I keep my visions to myself. Shout out to Taylor for telling me that. Wrap around your dreams. And listen, listen. Have you any dreams you like to sell? Dreams of loneliness like the heartbeat doesn't mean. Do you catch it? Are you seeing it? And what you had, listen, what you lost. This is where you at. Let me show you. This we literally started off the reading full circle. This is magic. You literally start off like this. Not working with people. Thunder happens when it's raining. They will go. Maybe that. Maybe he fuck around, and fell in love. Oh, that's crazy. All these. That's crazy. Somebody was playing. Say it with me. Somebody was playing. Somebody was playing shit. Oh shit. Somebody was being a seven of swords, manipulating, lying. Now you want to leave? Now you want to leave? Oh no. Wow, that was magic. I'm gonna end it on that note. That is crazy. That was a full circle reading. I mean, it doesn't get better than that one. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have the with the chariot card. I'll finish it up because I saw these two cards pop out. Again, you could be in forward movement energy of going somewhere, or again, could have went away. I see you being very ambitious and driven and fast thinking, but you could be thinking about the past. I see quite a bit actually, even though you're in another direction. And then I see the Seven of Wands. You could be very exhausted and wanting to give up with this a lot of direction. I mean, it's a lot of energy with you moving around. Again, you could have had some movement. Like I said, maybe you're feeling very exhausted, or maybe even overly protective of yourself too. Maybe you feel destroyed, like you maybe you feel like giving up. You know, maybe you feel like you're lacking confidence in how to protect yourself. I said last one, the spirit said no, because I guess not. All right. I'm gonna finish that off. This goal is to balance out priorities. I guess to figure out how to not be. I'm gonna get some oracle messages because I feel like you need some help with your goals. Because I see you still trying to figure out some overcommitment. I think you have lack of resources and overcommitment. I think you this flight response that you had, just like kind of rushing away and going away, whether it's mentally or physically, take that as it resonates. I think that it's caused more of a internal burden than you probably know, and I think you feel it. I mean, it's a lot of exhaustion here. It's just a whole bunch of exhaustion, a lot of exhaustion, imbalance, priorities, money, um, maybe defensive, even if you're just defensive, or maybe feeling like you need some more boundaries, feel like you don't know where your boundaries are. Maybe they've been all over the place. Like a natural. Okay, confirmations. You could be Aries or have an Aries replacement. You could definitely be going through Saturn. All right, now check your Saturn placement. Saturn's would be boundaries and restrictions, which makes sense for this reading. So if you've been struggling with boundaries and restrictions, look at your Saturn placement and find out why. Like, which placement, which sign are you under, which house are you under, so you can kind of figure out. I saw again, ninth house energies coming out here. So you're in the stage in your life where you're learning philosophy. So it'll be wise for you to understand what Saturn means for you. And if you're in a Saturn return, which is probably where you do an ego death at, you do it ego death about every 28 years, 28, 29 years of age ish. And that's when you have a really big, big, big ego death. And that's like the universe, your daddy saying, sit your stupid ass down. What I said. And if you're in an Aries placement, yeah, Aries are the toddlers of the zodiac. They're like, this is the first sign. So they're the toddlers. Me first, me first. And if you've been doing that me first, so check your check your chart. If you have Aries in the first top big three, your ego could be really high. And yeah, you might have to work on some Saturn placement. Also check Jupiter placement. That's your philosophy. Jupiter is just as important as your it's one of this Jupiter is the biggest planet, as you know. Everybody knows Jupiter's the largest planet. So you have to check your Jupiter placement to make sure that you want to check your Jupiter placement so that you make sure that you understand how you think because your Jupiter is going to affect your Mercury. So check your Mercury, check your Jupiter. Do they go together? Is it Earth? Is it fire? Is water and air? Like do they mesh? Is your Jupiter a water? Is your Mercury a air? How would that look for those two to play together with philosophy and communication? So this is philosophy. This is how you arrive to your answers. This is psychology. So check your Jupiter so you can understand the psychology of your mind. Mercury is only how you communicate your psychology. Okay. You got Jupiter again. Yeah. Definitely big for somebody's Jupiter. Check your Jupiter placement. I know, sir, I won't say that because I'll be biased. I'll be quiet. I know some Jupiter placements they need to be checked. All right, Uranus is another planet that's more generational. So if you've had some issues with between generations, I don't know. Again, I've seen the past readings from some of you guys where there's an age difference, where there's a gap. So check your Uranus and see the difference between you and other generations. There's a difference between Gen X's and Gen Z's and millennials for a reason because the planets switch, they change. So check your placements. Maybe things you're not crazy and they're not crazy. Maybe you just have different Uranuses, born at different times periods, have different experiences. Check and see if you have a Libra placement. Look at your Libra. Big Libra is energy. Libra is all about balance. So think about this. So if you have a Libra Mercury or a Libra Jupiter, you have a Libra placement, right? And an Aries placement and a Saturn placement. All these all gonna play together. They're all gonna play together. So if your communication is Libra or your communication or your sun is Libra, you got to see how it's gonna play with your philosophy. They don't always play together very well, depending on how where you place it in the chart. Sometimes it does. All right, and Scorpio. Scorpio. Big Scorpions, big too as well. Virgo, Earth signs. So all my Earths. Virgo specifically out here, but that'll be here, Taurus, Capricorn. All right, so we have a lot of you get a lot of signs out here, which I'm not shocked because you've been going through a lot of major arcana stuff lately. So this makes more sense why you have like planet type energy that you need to focus on as far as a goal. So why is this coming up as a goal? Let's do it. Let's make it make sense. Go figure out what Libras think like. What does a Libra behave like? And then find out where you're placing this. How is this affecting you? If a Libra's indecisive and you find Libra in your, let's say your I'll do my opportunity, but I know my mom and my son never met me personally. So if you have a Libra Mercury, right? If your Mercury is a Libra, you can be very indecisive. And that's not good because you could be easily led astray because all it takes is one person to put a nugget over here, a nugget over there, say this or say that, and then you're everywhere. So you have to have a stable mind. You have to genuinely have a stable mind and be mindful. People who are Libras definitely need to meditate because they're air, they're cerebral, too much thinking. And it's okay to think, but when it's not tame, you have what I talk about on here all the time. Think black and white thinking, uncertainty hater, bias judgment. What if this thinking, catastrophizing, originalizing? There's so many of them, and Libras are they. That's why their people don't like them. You think they're master fucking manipulators because they're so good at the cognitive distortions. They're so good at them because they can think really fast. And if you look at cognitive distortions, we do these, if you read them and break them down, they're like really interesting. But we do those in a matter of seconds in a conversation. And air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, they do it extremely fast. So yeah, this is definitely something to pay attention to. Again, air, Jupiter again, very, very important. This is your philosophy. This is what I went to school for: psychology, philosophy, sociology. But this is more philosophy. This is how you arrive to your answers. This is like your your downloads. I would say like your core beliefs. So a lot of CBT therapy I do with people's Jupiters. You already know what's going on with Earth. These are my grounded people. So maybe again, you're trying to become grounded. I see that you're trying to, again, I saw the pentacles out here, or the big pentacles. Really put your roots down, really being stable with money, career, job, finances, whatever have you. Just tapping into energy, earth energy, right? You could also be spending time in earth and being around earth. And we have Virgo service. This could be somebody who's working in the healthcare field, somebody who's working with people, who likes to work with people, or wants to work with people, who likes to service people. Um, Maybe a perfectionist, or maybe you have a Virgo placement. Sun, moon, rising, Virgo placement. So you have the Virgo placement or Leo placement, and also Scorpio placement as well. And if you're not in those energy, and if you're not those signs, you could be in that energy right now. So Scorpio is about death, like going below the surface, getting to the point. Scorpio is not afraid to talk about death or anything that's strange or weird. Which is why they're always, known for being sort of a cult and things like that, because they're not afraid to go there. They will meet death at its door and go hello and give it a kiss. It's not mine. I figure out to has to. And then we have Aries. I told you this is a toddler of the zodiac, the toddler. So maybe you have been in selfish energy, or maybe you're trying to learn how to be more selfish. Maybe you haven't been selfish, and you're trying to learn how to be more selfish and focusing on yourself. And there we go. I think that confirms it because I just came back on again. And this is on shuffle for it to come back on again. That says a lot. I said maybe you were being selfish, and the song literally repeated. And that's what the Aries would do, walk all over somebody. So check your placement, see if you have Aries in there. If you have Aries in your chart, then that kind of explains why you've had asshole energy at one time. Okay. And if that's the case, then your daddy, Saturn, is here to tell you no. So go check your Saturn placement, because Saturn would tell this one, have you lost your mind? Your whole chart is made to keep you in check. You just gotta figure out how to alchemize it. Learn yourself. So the greatest thing you can do is learn yourself, know yourself. I'm not playing that spirit. Y'all can play this on your own. It's called Purple, Orange, Pink, Blue Sky. You can play it on your own. And don't operate out of victim. If you're operating out of pain, if you're going through grief and loss, Spirit says that's being in victim mentality. Stop making yourself into a victim. You're not a victim. Look at my drama triangle. You're not a victim. Karmpam, Cartman drama triangle. Just go Google the drama triangle and say, why is she calling me a victim? I don't understand. She keeps saying we're victims. How am I victimizing myself? Go look it up. Operating out of pain. And that's what they do. That's what they do. Operate out of pain because they can't take it. They're toddlers. You know how toddlers get when they don't get their stuff, when they don't get their way? No, 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 no. That's what an Aries does. And just do it in a different fashion. Okay. All right, guys, start walking. Have a beautiful night. Talk to you later.